Do you ever feel like sometimes there's just not enough hours in the day to do anything creative? I mean, between work and family, taking care of your home, taking care of your health, life just has a habit of getting in the way, right? I mean, speaking for myself, I wouldn't even be able to do this if it wasn't for my wife following her dream first. During that time she was doing that, I was working full time, even through a health crisis, with the end goal being that I could pull back and work part time just to give me enough wiggle room to be able to follow my own dreams. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 lessons I have learned to make time for creativity. Lesson 1. Build on your foundation. What do I mean by foundation? Well, when I think about how I got here, and the sacrifices my wife and I had to make in order to live the life that we wanted, what we were really working towards was some stability. Now, she worked really hard to get her doctorate and licenses, and I worked full time to support us. But really, she gave everything to give us, to give me enough breathing room in order to try something new. Now, for you, that may be different. Could be family, might be friends, even if it's just the job to cover your bills. The lesson is this: you can't skip this. You need to know what you have in order to determine what you need. In my case, it's a partner to share the burden and also give me some encouragement. What I need is time and the spare energy to be able to do the work, which leads me to Lesson 2. Work within your limits. I mentioned health earlier. I have a condition called treatment-induced neuropathy, and it really stopped me from the grind all day, every day. And sometimes my body just tells me no. That doesn't mean I quit. You can't always wait for the perfect energy, the perfect health, or the perfect time because it doesn't exist. You gotta work with what you got. And if I can only get, say, 30 minutes in because my day job or whatever took a lot out of me, then that's what I use. And just like everybody else, I got other things going on. I got a puppy to take care of. When my wife is home, I like to spend time with her. And then, other adulting, going to the grocery store, doing the dishes, things like that. So I only really get a few days a week and a few hours at that to be able to do stuff like this, the writing, filming YouTube videos, and then writing and drawing comics. So the lesson is stop waiting for the perfect conditions, because if you do, you'll never get anywhere. You got to make use of the limited time and energy that you have. And I know that's easier said than done. I mean, the older you get, the more full your plate seems. So in order to find that time, you need to. Lesson 3. Make time by sacrificing distractions. Okay, confession time. I like to spend my spare time doing things like playing video games, reading comics, or watching way too much YouTube. I could easily fall down a rabbit hole for hours watching, for example, how to make YouTube videos, instead of actually making them. The thing is, time doesn't just appear. You have to take it back. I mean, in a world full of countless distractions, you have to make a conscious effort to put it aside. You sacrifice doing the things that you like in order to do the things that you need to follow your dreams. Now, that doesn't mean completely abstaining. Maybe it just means making a schedule, making sure you get your work done before you get your playtime. This was the hardest lesson for me. I mean, I've never been one to keep my own schedule. Back when I worked full time, when I was at work, I did the work. So when I got home, I did whatever I wanted. But when it came to this, I found that I was going nowhere fast. It was because I was using my time unwisely. I mean, even if I was, say, watching a video on how to do something, I was really just putting off actually doing it. And that brings me to Lesson 4. Learn by doing. When my wife got her job and we found a nice place to live, I was like, finally, I get to do the things I wanted to do for decades. Well, that was roughly 2 years ago. You see, I fell down a research hole. When I decided to make comics, I was like, let me brush up on things. Watch some videos, read some articles. Okay, getting that going along. I should probably learn to market stuff. Well, YouTube's a good place to start. Let's research how to make YouTube videos. Maybe read some articles. Oh, I'm going to be recording videos. I should probably learn to edit. So let's research the right editing software to use and then learn how to use that. And on and on and on it went. I started spending so much time learning to make comics and YouTube videos that I was never actually making anything. And don't get me wrong. I mean, you still got to learn things, but maybe don't wait till you learn everything and just start doing it. I mean, you're never going to be perfect because perfection takes practice. You could know everything there is to know about your chosen creative passion, but until you start actually making something, you're never actually going to get any good at it. And I know that's a lot to juggle. So, best thing to do is Lesson 5. Prioritize. Here's what my typical day looks like. I work my part-time job, do chores around the house, take care of my puppy Apollo, and my wife is home, spend time with her. Somewhere in there, I need to find time to eat and sleep as well. It's only after all that's taken care of that I can find time to write and draw and film and edit. It's a lot, and I can't do everything that I want. In fact, making comics and YouTube videos is pretty far down my priority list at the moment, but I still do them. It just means that I've made some sacrifices to some of my hobbies. I've even cut out some completely. Because here's the thing, you can't have balance without trade-offs. You need to decide what matters most and then cut out the things that matter the least. So let's recap. Lesson 1, build on your foundation. Know what you have to determine what you need. Lesson 2, work within your limits. You can only do so much, and you gotta know where the line is. Lesson 3, sacrifice distractions. They can rob you of your time, and you gotta take it back. Lesson 4, learn by doing. Perfection takes practice, but you gotta put in the work. Lesson 5, prioritize. Time is limited. Decide what matters and let go of what doesn't. So this is how I found room to be creative in the middle of life's chaos. You know, if I can juggle neuropathy, my job, my marriage, and spoiling my little schnauzer, I think you could too. You know, and it may not be now. You may have to wait. It took me a long time to get to this point. But, you know, it's what I've always wanted. It's what I've been working towards. And I know that something could change at any moment. I could lose this moment forever. So it's now or never for me. And I hope you find the time too. Thank you for watching. And if any of this helped you, go ahead and hit the like button. You know, and then while you're at it, let me know down in the comments. How do you find time to be creative? I'd love to hear some strategies. And if you want to continue following me on this journey, hit subscribe as well. And anyway, take care.